It is time. It is time once again.
Yo, what's up? It's me back at again with another video, and after all these years, my voice is finally back. And as you can tell by the title, this is a Transformers video. So for those who don't really like Transformers at all, just wait for another upload that isn't Transformer related. So these are some reveals for Transformers Studio Series Wave 8, I believe anyway, and this is from the Canada Fan Expo. One thing to keep in mind though is that these images that I have here are the obligatory product shot images of the Transformers Studio Series figures that we have here. Not the in-hand images, even though I do know there are in-hand images, so take all these images with a grain of salt. And so with that being said, let's take a look at the new Transformers Studio Series reveals. Now first off, we have Transformers Dark of the Moon Leader Class Shockwave, and boy oh boy, I am excited. I am very excited for this figure. I've been waiting so long for this figure to be released finally in the Studio Series, and now here we have him. Now, before going to any more detail with the actual figure itself, I just want to point out, from the looks of things, this seems to be a remold, a very heavy remold, of the original Voyager class Revenge of the Fallen Megatron that we got from Studio Series a while back, judging by the upper thigh pieces and the way this guy is going to transform. Other than that, how does the actual figure look? Well, this figure I think has to be the most definitive version of the Dark of the Moon Shockwave that we've ever gotten by Hasbro, as well as Takara Tomy. Because this guy looks so just really scarily accurate to what we see in the third movie. Just very accurate. Now, coloration wise, not really the biggest fan of the purple that they decided to use on this figure. And well, I would have much preferred if they had the figure dark gray with some dry brushing of purple, much like how they did with the Studio Series Grimlock that we got a while back. Other than that, the robot mode looks very awesome. Now, tank mode, there's really not much to say other than we didn't get to see it in the movie, and it looks very similar to the Voyager class Shockwave tank mode that we got from the original Transformers Dark on the Moon figure line. Now, let's talk accessories. And as you can see, we have Brains and Wheelie from the third Transformer movie. And me personally, I don't think they're going to be that articulated. Maybe something like Igor with the Dark of the Moon Megatron. And these figures just might be little statue pieces, considering how small they were in the movie and considering how small they are here. My goodness, I gotta say, I was just not expecting these guys to be with Shockwave. Other than that, these figures look pretty cool. Now, another accessory that is absent from this image that we have right here is we were apparently going to have a Nest soldier with a parachute from the third Transformer movie. We did see it in another image of this guy, but it was not a good quality picture, so I don't know. Me personally, I'm just fine without the accessory. It could also be the reason because, well, there's not really any room to put the soldier in on the picture, because as you can see, Shockwave and his tank mode are really just taking up all the space, as well as the two bots that we see there, Wheelie and Brain. So it could be that there's not enough space. We could possibly still be getting it, but I don't know. Overall, I am just thoroughly pleased with the looks of this figure. Definitely 10 out of 10 overall. And well, we're also getting 2 accessories, maybe 3, not sure. But with that being said, let's take a look at the next figure. Next up, we got Voyager class Constructicon Mixmaster from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And he looks alright. Not the best Mixmaster I've seen from the movies. I do definitely think that the original Revenge of the Fallen Mixmaster was better looking than this. And the thing that really bothers me about this figure is the small head as well as the ocean-wide shoulders. But I don't blame them. I'm not too upset over it because you gotta understand, this guy has to turn into the head of Devastator, and the head of Devastator just looks complicated enough. Painting and sculpting wise, he looks awesome. Now, he doesn't have any accessories, but judging by the back piece on his back, it looks like it's gonna be the little shotgun that he had in the second movie. It might be not completely sure. Now, it does look like the entire mixing truck cab section is gonna be stored on his back. The entire cab section is gonna be stored on his back, and that is where I believe the Devastator head is gonna be stored. Not sure if it actually is, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Now, enough talk about the robot mode. Let's take a look at the vehicle mode. Mixing truck alt mode looks gorgeous. I have to say, this mixing truck alt mode looks awesome. I really love it. You can see his fingers in the back of the mixing truck alt mode, but it really isn't that noticeable. I actually almost forgot to talk about it. Other than that, the mixing truck alt mode looks very, very clean. I can't see any other robot kibble other than the fingers in the back. If we're talking about the overall, I think this figure should deserve a 9 out of 10, mainly because of the small head and the ocean-wide shoulder. I mean, he is gonna turn into the head of Devastator, so I don't know. Okay, now, even though he has ocean-wide shoulders, I do still think this figure looks great. So now, with that being said, let's take a look at the next figure. So next up on our list, we have Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Constructicons Scavenger. I know, what a long name. Now, unlike Mixmaster, Scavenger actually looks awesome. It looks like it just jumped right out of the movie. All the painting and the sculpting on this figure looks gorgeous. I think it is awesome, especially around the face. I mean, you look at it. Look at the eyes. You can tell where the eyes are, and the mouth is also painted in, I believe, yeah, that's silver. Now, this guy is a leader class for two reasons. One, his size. He was ginormous in the movie, and two, he's going to be turning into the upper torso of Devastator in combined mode. And me personally, I really can't wait to see how the combined mode looks. Now, I do remember having the original 2009 Revenge of the Fallen Scavenger Voyager class figure, and I remember it being one of my most favorite figures ever. But now that we have a Studio Series Scavenger, I think the Studio Series Scavenger is going to do a much better job than the original Voyager class, both in size and quality. Another thing about Scavenger for Studio Series is that I was not expecting him. I did not expect them to make Scavenger that soon. I think they should have saved him for the last, as well as Mixmaster, considering they're one of the key parts of Devastator's combined mode. Other than that, there isn't really much else to say about the robot mode other than it looks awesome. So let's take a look at the vehicle mode. Now, this large excavator mode looks very screen accurate in my opinion. The treads look nice, the shovel looks nice, I guess the cab section of it looks nice, and overall just everything looks awesome about the excavator mode. Another thing I like about it is that there isn't any robot kibble that I can see here. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, overall, I think this guy, yeah, definitely deserves a 10 out of 10 for me, in my opinion. Because, look at him. It looks awesome. With that being said, let's move on to my least favorite figure of these reveals. Now, the last figure we have on this list is Transformers MV1 Voyager Class Megatron. And he looks alright, not perfect at all. Now, me personally, I was really looking forward to this figure. And now that we got official images of it, it looks... Let's just talk about the part that bugs me the most. The chest, or the torso area. Why did they reuse the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Megatron's torso section. Why did they do that? To me, it just kind of sticks out a little too much. At least every other piece on him, such as the arms, the legs, and the head, are new molds, which I am happy about. I do especially really love the chain weapon he has on his left arm. The head sculpt, in my opinion, looks very movie accurate, as well as the arms. Now the legs. Sure, they do look a little bit on the blocky side, but in my opinion, they don't look that bad. I think that the original Dark of the Moon Leader Class Megatron from Studio Series looks way worse. Now the thing that surprised me the most about this guy is the fact that he's going to be a Voyager class. And the reason that surprises me is because a lot of people really wanted a Leader Class MV1 Megatron. I mean, personally, I don't think Voyager class is that bad. Me personally, I am pretty sure that Megatron and Optimus Prime were somewhat around the same size in the first Transformer movie. Then all of a sudden, he just became much more taller than Optimus Prime in the later films. But yeah, I do think that the Voyager class MV1 Megatron is a perfect size for him, in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the jet mode. I definitely do think the jet mode is where this figure shines, because the jet mode looks more accurate than the actual robot mode. I really do like how the jet mode looks. It looks very accurate to what we see in the first Transformer movie. And another thing, the first movie Megatron jet mode has to be one of my favorite modes in, well, the entire Transformers movie saga. And now that being said, me personally, I'm not really that pleased with this figure. I really do think Hasbro could have done better. If we're talking about the overall though, this figure should deserve a 7 out of 10, in my opinion at least. Because the torso section just really sticks out that much in my opinion. And now I know a lot of people are really pleased with the look of this figure, but me personally, I don't really like the look of him all that much. And if you do like it, that's cool. That's really cool. That's your opinion. In my opinion, I don't really like it. So yeah, there's that. But if there's one thing for sure, this figure is definitely not that bad. Definitely not bad at all. I do definitely think there is worse than this guy. For example, the Studio Series crankcase figure that we got a few months ago. Yeah, that guy was just a straight up repaint of the original Crowbar figure that, well, I also have. But yeah, with that being said, I'm not really all that pleased, but definitely not a bad figure, and definitely deserves a 7 out of 10, for me at least. So, in conclusion, I do think these reveals overall are one of the best reveals we've gotten in a long time. Shockwave, Mixmaster, and Scavenger are the only ones I'm really excited for. Megatron, I'm not gonna get him because another reason, I already have a Megatron figure, and that's pretty much a good figure overall, so yeah. If I did have to pick one reveal that I'm very excited for, it is definitely the Studio Series Shockwave. Because, me personally, I really loved Shockwave's design in the third movie. Now, granted, I didn't really like how he was portrayed in the third movie, but still, he was awesome, design-wise anyway. So, with that being said, that is the end of my video on the new Wave 8 Voyager and Leader Studio Series figure reveals from the Canada Fan Expo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which reveal is your most favorite? Which one is your least favorite? And yeah, just let me know. I would really love to hear what you guys think on this. With that being said, I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you next time.